Hello and welcome, possibly, to this exploring session, our second look at this play that we internally like to think of as Jeronimo, which is otherwise known variously as the first part of Hieronimo, or as the Spanish comedy. And it's a very weird play that has undergone very weird historical transfigurations over time. So it may represent the survival of text from an original part one to what we know of today as the Spanish tragedy. It may be just simply based on an idea of that and created for a boys' company as a deliberate spoof in the early 17th century. So the text we have is deeply, deeply weird. It's really fun. Some of it is very funny. Some of it is very melodramatic. Some of it could be played absolutely straight-faced and work perfectly well dramatically. But it's all of interesting mash. And so the aim of today's second look explore, we've already done our first look. We've gone through this play. We've discussed a lot of what's going on in it. Then the aim was, and I should point out we did this 8 months ago, almost exactly 8 months ago, we actually read this first. And the aim was over 8 months, we would do some workshops, improve the text, tidy it up, and come in at it with a really strong idea of what we're doing. What's actually happened is I've forgotten everything. And we don't quite have enough people in the room to be doing this properly. So we've got some parts that have been wildly rearranged and some action that we just can't do on Zoom. And that's why this may not be seen in public. We have no idea yet. We are going to rattle through it in just a moment. So I will first go through the parts. And I, today, am Robert Crighton. And I am actually acting in this, which makes life even more confusing. And I am reading the part of Horatio, who is the son of Hieronimo, who is played by
Sarah Blake. I'm an actor, writer and director based in Germany.
And reading the wonderful ambassadorial fantastic diplomat Andrea is.
Hello, I'm Emma Kemp. I'm an actor and I live in London.
Reading Lozenzo is.
Hello, I'm Dan. I'm an actor based in Montpellier, France.
Reading Lazarotto today is.
Hello, I'm Lynn. I'm a teacher. I live in the northwestern United States.
Reading Pedringano and Don Pedro later on is.
Hello, I'm Helen Good and I'm in Yorkshire.
Reading Castile, Alcario and a captain is.
Aliki, Chapple. I'm an actor, translator and theatre maker based in the north of England.
Reading Balthazar is.
Hello, Lindsay Beecham here, currently in Norfolk, from everywhere and nowhere.
And as an ambassador, as well as also the King of Portugal today is.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Amisu, and I'm an author based in Romford.
And reading Rogero today is.
Hi, I'm Alan Scott, based in Suffolk.
And most confusingly of all, reading Isabella Messenger Vollupo, as well as alighting into Alexandro, is.
Liza Graham, actor, singer, and a bunch of other stuff in London.
And reading Medina and a general is.
Hi, I'm Eric, and I have hats. So don't panic if you see Barcelona coming up. Although, it's technically Castilian, but anyway.
Reading Bell-imperia and Charon is.
Hi, I'm Pamela. I'm an Irish actor based in London.
And reading the King of Spain and also the personification of revenge is.
Hi, I'm Steve Longstaffe, scholar of early modern drama based in the northwest of England. Very pleased today that by Grabthar's hammer, I shall be revenge.
Excellent. Yes, we are going to begin the play now. Just a note on the very opening that in theory there's a dumb show the play opens with, where there's this big ceremony where the King of Spain makes Jeronimo the Marshal of Spain. and it starts off with Hieronimo kneeling before that as the court is all around. We're not going to even attempt to do that dumb show. The play will, I think, start hopefully in a nice, secure sense, and as we get towards the end with all the fight scenes, it's going to descend into beautiful chaos. That's the hope, and we'll see how that goes. So if I could ask everyone to clear the screen who is not in the first scene, as we now transition to the court and the moment where Jeronimo kneels down before the king and a senate sounds.
Frolic Jeronimo, thou art now confirmed Marshal of Spain by all the dues and customary rights unto thy office.
My niece sings thanks unto your highness's bounty. Come hither, boy Horatio, fold thy joints, kneel by thy father's loins, and thank my liege by honouring me, thy mother, and thyself with this high staff of office.
Oh, my liege, I have a heart thrice stronger than my years, and that shall answer gratefully for me. Let not my youthful blush impair my valour. If ever you have foes or red-field scars, I'll empty all my veins to serve your wars. I'll bleed for you, and more. What speech affords, I'll speak in drops when I do fail in words.
Well spoke, my boy, and on thy father's side. My liege, how like you Don Horatio's spirit? What, doth it promise fair?
Aye, and no doubt his merit will purchase more. Knight Marshal, rise, and still rise higher and greater in thy sovereign's eyes.
Oh, fortunate hour, blessed minute, happy day, able to ravish even my sense away. Now I remember too, oh, sweet remembrance, this day my years strike 50, and in Rome they call the 50 year the year of Jubilee. The merry year, the peaceful year, the jocund year, a year of joy, of pleasure and delight. This shall be my year of Jubilee, for 'tis my 50. Age ushers honour, but 'tis no shame. Confess, beard, thou art full 50, not a hair less.
How now, what news for Spain? Tribute returned?
It's in words, my liege, but not in coin.
Ha! Dare he still procrastinate with Spain? Not tribute paid, not 3 years paid. 'Tis not at his coin, but his slack homage that we most repine.
My liege, if my opinion might stand firm within your highness's thoughts.
Marshal, our kingdom calls thee father, therefore speak free. Thy counsel I'll embrace, as I do thee.
I thank your highness. Then, my gracious liege, I hold it meet by way of embassage to demand his mind and the neglect of tribute. But, my liege, here must be kind words, which doth oft besiege the ears of rough-hewn tyrants more than blows. Oh, a politic speech beguiles the ears of foes. Marry, my liege, mistake me not, I pray, if friendly phrases, honeyed speech, bewitching accent, well-tuned melody, and all sweet gifts of nature cannot avail or win him to it, then let him raise his gall up to his tongue and be as bitter as physicians' drugs. Stretch his mouth wider with big swollen phrases. Oh, here's a lad of metal, stout Don Andrea, metal to the crown, would shake the king's high court 3 handfuls down.
Well picked out, Knight Marshal, speech well strung. I'd rather choose Horatio were he not so young.
Oh, I humbly thank your highness in placing me next unto his royal bosom.
How stand ye, lords, to this election?
Oh, right
pleasing, our
dread sovereign.
Only with pardon, mighty sovereign.
I should have chosen Don Lorenzo.
Aye, Don Rogero.
Oh, no, not me, my lords. I am war's champion, and my fees are swords. Pray, king, pray, peers, let it be Don Andrea. He is a worthy limb, loves wars and soldiers, therefore I love him.
And I love him, and thee, valiant Rogero. Noble spirits, gallant bloods, you are no wise insinuating lords. You have no tricks, you have none of all their sleights.
So, Andrea must be sent ambassador. Lorenzo is not thought upon. Good. I'll wake the court. We'll startle out some blood.
How stand you, lords, to this election?
Right pleasing our dread sovereign.
Then, Don Andrea,
My approved liege.
we make thee our Lord High Ambassador.
Your Highness circles me with honour's bounds. I shall discharge the weight of your command with best respect, if friendly tempered phrase cannot affect the virtue of your charge. I will be hard like thunder, and as rough as northern tempests, or the vexed bowels of two insulting waves, who at one blow 5 merchants' wealth into the deep doth throw. I'll threaten crimson wars.
Aye, that's good. Let them keep coin, pay tribute with their blood.
Farewell then, Don Andrea, to thy charge. Lords, let us in. Joy shall now be our guest. Let's in to celebrate our second feast.
Andrea is gone ambassador. Lorenzo is not dreamt on in this age. Odd fate, when villains sit not in the highest state. Ambition's plumes that flourished in our court, severe authority has dashed with justice, and policy and pride walk like 2 exiles giving attendance that were once attended, and we rejected that were once high honored. I hate Andrea, because he aims at honor. When my purest thoughts work in a pitchy veil, which are as different as heaven and hell, one peers for day, the other gapes for night, at yawning beldam with her jetty skin. 'Tis she I hug as mine effeminate bride. For such complexions best appease my pride. I have a lad in pickle of this stamp, a melancholy discontented courtier whose famished jaws look like the chap of death, upon whose eyebrows hang damnation, whose hands are washed with rape and murders bold. Him with a golden bait will I allure, for courtiers will do anything for gold, to be Andrea's death at his return. He loves my sister. That shall cost his life. So she a husband, he shall lose a wife. Sweet, sweet policy. I hug thee. Good. Andrea's hymen's draught shall be in blood.
Oh, Andrea, whither in such haste, my second self?
Faith, my dear bosom, to take solemn leave of a most weeping creature.
That's a woman.
That's Bell-imperia.
Oh, see, she meets you here. And what is it to love and be loved, dear?
I have heard of your honour, gentle breast. I do not like it now so well, methinks.
What? Not to have honour bestowed on me?
Oh, yes, but not a wandering honour, dear. I could afford well didst thou stay here. Could honour melt itself into thy veins, and thou the fountain, I could wish it so, if thou wouldst remain here with me, and not go.
'Tis but to Portugal.
But to demand the tribute, lady.
Tribute? Alas, that Spain cannot of peace forbear a little coin, the Indies being so near. And yet this is not all. I know you are too hot, too full of spleen for an ambassador, and will lean much to honour.
Pish.
Nay, hear me, dear. I know you will be rough and violent, and Portugal has a tempestuous sun stamped with the mark of fury, and you too.
Sweet Bell-imperia.
You'll meet like thunder, each imperious over others' spleen. You have both proud spirits, and both will strive to aspire. When two vexed clouds jostle, they strike out fire. And you, I fear me, war, which peace forfend. Oh, dear Andrea, pray, let's have no wars. First, let them pay the soldiers that were maimed in the last battle, ere more wretches fall or walk on stilts to timeless funeral.
Respective dear, oh, my life's happiness, the joy of all my being, do not shape frightful conceit beyond the intent of act. I know thy love is vigilant o'er my blood, and fears ill fate which heaven hath yet withstood. But be of comfort, sweet Horatio knows, I go to knit friends, not to kindle foes.
Oh, true, Madam Bell-imperia. That's his task. The phrase he used must be gently styled. The king have warned him to be smooth and mild.
But will you indeed, Andrea?
By this
lip blushing kiss.
Oh, you swear sweetly.
I'll keep your oath for you till you return. Then I'll be sure you shall not be forsworn.
Oh, Pedringano.
Signor?
Are all things aboard?
Oh, they are, my good lord.
Then, Bell-imperia, I take leave. Horatio, be in my absence, my dear self, chaste self. What? Playing the woman, Bell-imperia? Nay, then, you love me not. Or, at the least, you drown my honours in those flowing waters. Believe it, Bell-imperia, 'tis as common to weep at parting as to be a woman. Love me more valiant. Play not this moist prize. Be woman in all parts, save in thy eyes. And so, I leave thee.
Farewell, my lord. Be mindful of my love and of your word.
'Tis fixed upon my heart. Adieu, soul's friend.
All honour on Andrea's steps attend.
Yet he is in sight, and yet but now he's vanished.
Oh, nay, lady, if you stoop so much to passion, I'll call him back again.
No, good Horatio, no. It is for honour. Pray thee, let him go.
Then, madam, be composed as you were wont to music and delight. The time being comic will seem short and pleasant till his return from Portugal. And, madam, in this circle, let your heart move. Honoured promotion is the sap of love.
Come, my soul's spaniel, my life's jetty substance. What's thy name?
My name's an honest name, a courtier's name. 'Tis a Lazarotto.
What? Lazarotto.
Or rather, rotting in this lazy age that yields me no employments. I have mischief within my breast, more than my bulk can hold. I want a midwife to deliver it.
I'll be the he one then, and rid thee soon of this dull, leaden, and tormenting elf. Thou knowest the love betwixt Bell-imperia and Andrea's bosom?
I do.
How might I cross it, my sweet mischief? Honey damnation, how?
Well, as many ways as there are paths to hell, and that's enough in faith. From the usurer's door there goes one path, from friars that nurse whores there goes another path, from brokers' stalls, from rich that die and build no hospitals, two other paths, from farmers that crack barns with stuffing corn, yet starve the needy swarms, another path, from drinking schools one, from dicing houses, but from court none.
Here is a slave just of the stamp I wish, whose ink soul's blacker than his name, though it stand printed with a raven's quill. But, Lazarotto, cross my sister's love, and I'll rain showers of ducats in thy palm.
Oh, ducats, dainty ducks, forgive me, ducats. I'll fetch you duck enough for gold, and chink, makes the punk wanton and the bawd to wink.
Discharge, good Lazarotto, how we may cross my sister's loving hopes.
Nay, now I'll tell you.
Thou knowest Andrea's gone ambassador.
The better. There is opportunity. Now, list to me. Alcario, the Duke Medina's son, dotes on your sister Bell-imperia. Him in her private gallery you shall place to court her. Let his protestations be fashioned with rich jewels, for in love, great gifts and gold have the best tongue to move. Let him not spare an oath without a jewel to bind it fast. Oh, I know women's hearts. What stuff they are made of, my lord. Gifts and giving will melt the chastest seeming female living.
Indeed, Andrea is but poor, though honorable. His bounty among soldiers soaks him dry, and their great gifts may bewitch her eye.
Here's no fine villainy, no damned brother.
But say she should deny his gifts, be all composed of hate, as my mind gives me that she will. What then?
Then thus, at his return to Spain, I'll murder Don Andrea.
Darst thou, spirit?
What dares not he do that ne'er hopes to inherit?
Oh, he dares be damned like thee.
Dare I? What dare I not enact then? Tush, he dies. I will make way to Bell-imperia's eyes.
To weep I fear, but not to tender love.
Why is she not a woman? She must weep a while, as widows use, till their first sleep. Who, in the morrow following, will be sold to new, before the first are thoroughly cold. So, Bell-imperia. For this is common. The more she weeps, the more she plays the woman.
Come then, however it hap, Andrea shall be crossed.
Let me alone. I'll turn him to a ghost.
Farewell, true brace of villains. Come hither, boy Horatio. Didst thou hear them?
Oh, my true-breasted father, my ears have sucked in poison, deadly poison, murder, Andrea! Oh, inhuman practice! Had not your reverend years been present here, I should have poignarded the villain's bowels and shoved his soul out to damnation. Murder, Andrea, honest lord, impious villains.
I like thy true heart, boy. Thou lovest thou friend. It is the greatest argument in sign that I begot thee, for it shows thou art mine.
Oh, father, 'tis a charitable deed to prevent those that would make virtue bleed. Oh, I'll dispatch letters to Don Andrea, unfold their hellish practice, damned intent against the murderous rivers of his life. Murder, Andrea!
Shh! Peace. Who comes here? News! News, Isabella.
What news, Jeronimo?
Strange news. Lozenzo is become an honest man.
Is this your wondrous news?
Is it not wondrous to have honesty in hell? Go, tell it abroad now, but see you put no new additions to it, as thus. Oh, shall I tell your gossip, Lozenzo is become an honest man? Oh, beware, beware, for honesty, spoken in derision, points out knavery. Oh, then take heed the jest would not be trim. He's a great man, therefore we must not knave him. Be in, gentle soul, I'll not be long away. Short my body, short shall be my stay.
Murder, Andrea! Oh, what blood-sucking slave would choke bright honour in a scabbard grave?
What? Hopping still upon Andrea's death? Have courage, boy. I shall prevent their plots and make them both stand like two politic sots.
Lozenzo has a reach as far as hell to hook the devil from his flaming cell. Oh, sprightly father, he'll outreach you then. Knaves longer reaches have than honest men.
But, boy, fear not. I will outstretch them all. My mind's a giant, though my bulk be small.
embassy, my lord, is new arrived from Spain.
Son Balthazar, we pray. Do you go meet him, and do him all the honour that belongs him?
Father, my best endeavour shall obey you. Welcome, worthy lord, Spain's choice ambassador. Brave, stout, Andrea, for so I guess thee.
Portugal's heir, I thank thee. Thou seems no less than what thou art, a prince, and an heroic spirit. Portugal's king, I kiss my hand, and tender on thy throne my master's love, peace, and affection.
We receive them, and thee, worthy Andrea, thy master's high-prized love unto our heart is welcome to his friend, thou to our court.
Thanks, Portugal. My lords, I had in charge, at my depart from Spain, this embassage, to put your breast in mind of tribute due unto our master's kingdom, these 3 years detained and kept back, and I am sent to know whether neglect or will detains it so.
Thus much return unto thy king, Andrea. We have with best advice thought of our state, and find it much dishonoured by base homage. I not deny that tribute hath been due to Spain by our forefathers' base captivity, yet cannot raise out their successors' merit. 'Tis said we shall not answer at next birth our fathers' faults in heaven. Why then on earth? Which proves and shows that which they lost by base captivity. We may redeem with honour valiancy. We borrow naught, our kingdom is our own. He's a base king that pays rent for his throne.
Is this thy answer, Portugal?
Aye, Spain, a royal answer too, which I'll maintain.
And all the peers of Portugal the like.
All the peers of Portugal the like.
Then, thus all Spain, which but 3 minutes ago was thy full friend, is now returned thy foe.
An excellent foe. We shall have scuffling good.
Thou shalt pay tribute, Portugal, with blood.
Tribute for tribute, then, and foes for foes.
I bid you sudden wars.
Aye, sudden blows, and that's as good as wars. Don, I'll not bate an inch of courage, nor a hair of fate. Pay tribute, I, with strokes.
Aye, with strokes you shall. Alas, that Spain should correct Portugal.
Correct! Oh, in that one word such torments do I feel that I could lash thy ribs with valiant steel.
Prince Balthazar, shall's meet?
Meet, Don Andrea, yes, in the battle's bowels. Here is my gauge, a never-failing pawn. 'Twill keep his day, his hour, nay minute. 'Twill.
Then thine and this possess one quality.
Oh, let them kiss. Did I not understand thee noble, valiant, and worthy my sword's society with thee? For all Spain's wealth I'd not grasp hands. Meet, Don Andrea. I tell thee, noble spirit, I'd wade up to the knees in blood. I'd make a bridge of Spanish carcasses to single thee out of the gasping army.
Would thou, Prince? Why, even for that I love thee.
Love me, man. When we have drunk hot blood together, wounds will tie an everlasting settled amity, and so shall thine.
And thine?
What? Give no place.
To whom?
To me.
To thee? Why should my face, that's placed above my mind, fall under it?
I'll make thee yield.
Aye, and when you get me down, but I stand even yet, jump crown to crown.
Darest thou?
I dare.
I am all vexed.
I care not.
I shall forget the law.
Do.
Shall I?
Spare not.
But thou wilt yield first.
No.
I hug thee for it. The valiantest spirit e'er trod the Spanish court. Here let the rising of our hot blood set.
My liege, two nobler spirits never met.
Until we meet in purple, when our swords shall...
Agreed. Right, valiant prince. Then, Portugal, this is thy resolute answer.
So return, if so, we have bethought us, what tribute is, how poor that monarch shows, who for his throne a yearly pension owes, and what our predecessors lost to Spain, we have fresh spirits that can renew it again.
Then I unclasp the purple leaves of war. Many a new wound must gasp through an old scar. So, Portugal, I leave thee.
Ourself in person will see thee safe aboard. Come, son, come, lords, in full tribute we must pay our swords.
Remember, Don Andrea, that we meet.
Up hither, sailing in a crimson fleet.
Do you affect my sister?
Affect above affection, for her breast is my life's treasure. Oh, entire is the condition of my hot desire.
Then this must be your plot. You know Andrea's gone ambassador, on whom my sister Bell-imperia casts her affection. You are in stature like him, speech alike, and had you by his vestment on your back, there's no one living but would swear he. Therefore sly policy must be your guide. I have a suit of just of Andrea's colors, proportioned in all parts, nay, 'twas his own. This suit within my closet shall you wear, and so disguised, woo, sue, and then at last.
What?
Obtain thy love.
This falls out rare. In this disguise, I may both wed, bed, and board her.
You may. Besides, within these few days he'll return.
Till this be acted, I in passion burn.
All falls out for the purpose. All hits jump. The date of his embassage nigh expired gives strength unto our plot.
True. All to the purpose.
Moreover, I will buzz Andrea's landing, which once but crept into the vulgar mouths, is hurried here and there and sworn for troth. Think 'tis your love makes me create this guise, and willing hope to see your virtue rise.
Lorenzo's bounty I do more enfold than the great mine of India's brightest gold.
Come, let us in. The next time you shall show all Don Andrea, not Alcario.
Come. Pull the table this way. So. 'Tis well. Come, write, Horatio, write. This speedy letter must await a night. What? Fold paper that way to a nobleman? To Don Andrea, Spain's ambassador? Oh, fie! I am ashamed to see it. Hast thou worn gowns in the university, tossed logic, sucked philosophy, ate Q's, drunk C's, and cannot give a letter the right courtier's crest? Oh, there's a kind of state in everything, save in a cuckold's pate. Fie, Horatio! What, is your pen foul?
No, father. Cleaner than Lorenzo's soul that's dipped in ink made of envious gall. Else had my pen no course to write at all.
Signor Andrea, say.
Signor Andrea.
'Tis a villainous age, this.
'Tis a villainous age, this.
That a nobleman should be a knave as well as an ostler.
That a nobleman should be a knave as well as an ostler.
Or a sergeant.
Or a sergeant.
Or a broker.
Or a broker.
Yet I speak not this of Lorenzo, for he's an honest lord.
Father, I'll not write him an honest lord.
Take up thy pen, or I'll take up thee.
What, write him an honest lord? I'll not agree.
You'll take it up, sir?
Well.
What went before? Thou hast put me out. Beshrew thy impudence or insolence.
Lorenzo's an honest lord.
Well, sir, and has hired one to murder you.
Oh, I cry you mercy, father. Meant you so?
Art thou a scholar, Don Horatio, and canst not aim at figurative speech?
Oh, I pray you pardon me. 'Twas but a youth's hasty error.
Come, read then.
And has hired one to murder you.
He means to send you to heaven when you return from Portugal.
From Portugal.
Yet he's an honest duke's son.
Yet he's an...
But not the honest son of a duke.
But not the honest...
Oh, that villainy should be found in the great chamber.
That villainy.
And honesty in the bottom of a cellar.
And honesty.
If you'll be murdered, you may.
If you'll be...
If you be not, thank God and Jeronimo.
Be not.
If you be, thank the devil and Lorenzo.
If you be, thank...
Thus hoping you will not be murdered, and you can choose.
Thus hoping you will
Especially
not
being warned beforehand.
Especially...
I take my leave. Oh, boy Horatio, write leave, bending in the hams like an old courtier. Thy assured friend, say, against Lorenzo and the devil, little Hieronimo Marshal.
Hieronimo Marshal.
So now, read it over.
Signor Andrea, 'tis a villainous age this, that a nobleman should be a knave as well as an ostler or a sergeant or a broker. Yet I speak not this as Lorenzo, he's an honest man and has hired one to murder you when you return from Portugal. Yet he's an honest duke's son, but not the honest son of a duke. Oh, that villainy should be found in the great chamber and honesty in the bottom of a cellar.
True, boy. There's a moral in that, as much as to say knavery in the court and honesty in a cheese house.
If you'll be murdered, you may. If you be not, thank God and Hieronimo. If you be, thank the devil and Lorenzo. Thus, hoping you will not be murdered, and you can choose, especially being warned beforehand, I take my leave.
Oh, Horatio, hast thou written leave bending in the hams enough, like a gentleman usher? What? No! Horatio, that has made him straddle too much like a Frenchman. Oh, for shame, put his legs closer, though it be painful.
So, 'tis done, 'tis done. Thy assured friend against Lorenzo and the devil, little Hieronimo Marshal.
Oh, yonder he is, my lord. Pray you, speak to him.
Wax, Horatio. I had need wax too. Our foes will stride else over me and you.
He's writing a love letter to some Spanish lady, and now he calls for wax to seal it.
God save you, good knight Marshal.
Who's this? My Lord Lorenzo? Oh, welcome. You're the last man I thought on, save the devil. Much doth your presence grace our homely roof.
Hieronimo, your wife condemns you of an uncourtesy and overpassing wrong, and more she names love letters which you sent to Spanish dames.
Do you accuse me so, kind Isabella?
Unkind Jeronimo.
For my instance, this in your hand is one.
In sooth, my lord, there is no written name of any lady, nor no Spanish dame.
If it were not so, you would not be afeard to read or show the waxed letter. Pray you let me behold it.
Oh, I pray you pardon me. I must confess, my lord, it treats of love to Andrea, aye, even to his very bosom.
What news, my lord, hear you from Portugal?
Who, I? Before your grace? Oh, it must not be. The badger feeds not till the lion's served, nor fits it new so soon kiss subjects' ears as the fair cheek of high authority. Jeronimo lives much absent from the court, and being absent there, lives from report.
Farewell, Hieronimo.
Well, come, my lord Lorenzo.
Boy, thy mother's jealousy of my love to her.
Oh, she played us a wise part. Oh, now 10-1, he had not overheard the letter read just as he entered.
Though it had happened evil, he should have heard his name yoked with the devil. Here, seal the letter with a loving knot. Send it with speed, Horatio. Linger not, that Don Andrea may prevent his death, and know his enemy by his envious breath.
Now, by the honor of Castiel's true house, you are as like Andrea, part for part, as he is like himself. Did I not know you? By my cross, I swear, I could not think you but Andrea's self, so legged, so faced, so speeched. So all in all, methinks I should salute your quick return and speedy haste from Portugal. Welcome, fair lord, worthy ambassador, brave Don Andrea. Oh, how I laugh to see how we shall jest at her mistakenly.
Have you given out? Andrea is returned.
It is all about the court in every year, and my invention brought to me for news last night at supper, and which the more to cover, I took a bowl and quaffed a health to him. When it would scarce go down for extreme laughter to think how soon report had scattered it.
But is the villain Lazarotto acquainted with our drift?
Not for Spain's wealth, though he be secret, yet suspects the worst, for confidence confounds the stratagem. The fewer in a plot of jealousy build a foundation surest, when multitudes make it confused ere it comes ahead. Be secret then, trust not the open air, for air is breath, and breath-blown words raise care. This is the gallery where she most frequents.
Within this walk I have beheld her daily, with my shape substance. Oh, immortal powers, lend your assistance. Clap a silver tongue within this pallet, that when I approach within the presence of this demi-goddess, I may possess an adamantic power, and so bewitch her with my honeyed speech. Have every syllable a music stop, that when I pause, the melody may move, and hem persuasion tween her snowy paps, that her heart, hearing, may relent and yield.
Break off, my lord, see where she makes approach.
Then fall into your former vein of terms?
Welcome, my lord, welcome, brave Don Andrea, Spain's best of spirit. What news from Portugal, tribute or war? But see, my sister Bell-imperia comes. I will defer to some other time, for company hinders love's conference.
Welcome, my life's self-form, dear Don Andrea.
My words iterated give thee as much. Welcome, myself of self.
What news, Andrea? Treats of peace or war?
At first they cried, "Oh, war!" as men resolved to lose both life and honour at one cast, at which I thundered words all clad in proof, which struck amazement to their pallid speech, and tribute presently was yielded up. But, Madam Bell-imperia, leave we this, and talk of former suits and quests of love.
'Tis all about the court Andrea's come. Would I might greet him, and I wonder much my lord Lorenzo is so slack in murder, not to afford me notice all this while. Gold, I am true. I had my hire, and thou shalt have thy due. How is it possible to miss him so? Soft, soft. This gallery leads to Bell-imperia's lodging. There he is, sure, or will be, sure. I'll stay. This evening, too, begins to slubber day. Sweet opportuneful season, here I'll lean like a court-hound that licks fat trenchers clean.
But has the king partook your embassy?
That till tomorrow shall be now deferred.
Nay, then you love me not. Let that be first dispatched. Till when receive this token?
I to the king, with this unfaithful heart. It must not be. I play too false a part.
Up, Lazarotto, yonder comes thy prize. Now Andrea lives, and now he dies.
Villain! Lazarotto has killed me instead of Andrea!
Welcome home, Lord Ambassador.
Whose groan was that? What frightful villain's this? His sword unsheathed. Whom hast thou murdered, slave?
Why, Don Andrea!
No, counterfeiting villain. He says, my lord, that he hath murdered me.
I, Don Andrea, or else Don the devil.
Lay hands on him. Some rear up the bleeding body to the light.
My lord, I think 'tis you. Were you not here, a man might swear 'twere you.
His garments, like mine. His face, made like mine. An ominous horror, all my veins doth strike. Sure this portends my death. This misery aims at some fatal pointed tragedy.
Oh, son Horatio, see! Andrea slain!
Andrea slain! Then, weapon, cling my breast.
Live, truest friend, forever loved and blessed.
Lives, Don Andrea!
Aye, but slain in thought, to see so strange a likeness forged and wrought. Lords, cannot you yet descry who is the owner of this red melting body?
My lord, it is Alcario, Duke Medina's son. I know him by this mole upon his breast.
Alcario slain? Thou hast beguiled me, sword. Arm, hast thou slain thy bountiful kind lord? Why then, rot off and drop upon the ground. Strew all the galleries with gobbets round.
Who names Alcario slain? It is Alcario. Oh, cursed deed, couldst thou not see but make the wrong man bleed?
What 'twas your fault, my lord, you brought me no word.
Haste no words, I'll get thy pardon. Why, mum then.
Who names Andrea slain? Oh, 'tis Andrea. Oh, I swoon, I die. Oh.
Look to my sister Bell-imperia.
Raise up, my dear love, Bell-imperia. Oh, be of comfort, sweet. Call in thy spirits. Andrea lives. Oh, let not death beguile thee.
Are you Andrea?
Do not forget, that was Alcario, my shape's counterfeit.
Why speaks not this accursed damned villain?
Oh, good words, my lord, for those are courtiers' veils. The king must hear. Why should I make two tales? For to be found in two before the king, I will resolve you all this strange thing. I hit, yet missed. 'Twas I mistook my part.
Ay, villain, for thou aim'st to hit this true heart.
Horatio, 'twas well, as fortune stands, this letter came not into Andrea's hands.
'Twas happiness indeed.
Was it not you, Andrea, questioned me about love?
No, Bell-imperia. Belike 'twas false, Andrea. For the first object mine eyes met was that most accursed, which I much fear me, by all signs portends most doubtful wars and dangerous pointed ends to light upon my blood.
Angels of heaven, forfend it!
Some take up the body, others take charge of that accursed villain.
My lord, leave that to me. I'll look to him.
Mark Horatio, a villain guard a villain.
The king may think my news is bad guessed, when the first object is a bleeding breast.
My lords, what heavy sounds are these? Nearer and nearer. Ha! Andrea, the forerunner of these news. Nay, then I fear Spain's inevitable ill. Ah, Andrea, speak. What news from Portugal? What is the tribute paid? Or peace, or wars?
Wars, my dread liege.
Why then that bleeding object doth presage what shall hereafter follow. What's he that lies there, slain or hurt or both? Speak.
My liege, Alcario, Duke Medina's son, and by that slave this purple act was done.
Who names Alcario slain? 'Tis me, 'tis he. Art thou that villain?
How didst thou know my name? I see an excellent villain hath his fame as well as a great courtier.
Speak, villain, wherefore didst thou this accursed deed?
Because I was an ass, a villainous ass. For had I hit it right, Andrea had lain there. He walked upright. This ominous mistake, this damned error, breedeth in my soul an everlasting terror.
Hey, slave, how came this accursed evil?
Faith, by myself, my short sword, and the devil. To tell you all, without a tedious tongue, I'll cut them down, my words shall not hang long. This hapless bleeding lord Alcario, with this hand, slew, pox on it, was a huge doter on Bell-imperia's beauty, who replied in scorn, and hot suit denied, for her affections were all firmly planted in Don Andrea's bosom. Yet unwise he still pursued it with blind lover's eyes. Then hired me with gold, O fate, thou elf, to kill Andrea, which here killed himself. For, not content to stay the time of murder, he took Andrea's shape, unknown to me, and in all parts disguised, as you there see, intending, as it seems by that sly shift, to steal away her troth. Short tale to tell, I took him for Andrea, down he fell.
Oh, impious deed, to make the heir of honor melt and bleed, bear him away to execution.
Nay, Lord Lorenzo, where's the pardon? 'Sfoot, I'll peach else.
Peace, Lazarotto, I'll get it off the king.
Do it quickly then, or I'll spread villainy.
My lord, he is the most notorious rogue that ever breathed.
Away with him!
Your highness may do well to bar his speech. 'Tis able to infect the virtuous ear.
Away with him! I will not hear him speak!
My lord, Lorenzo! Lorenzo is a...
Is this not a monstrous courtier?
Oh, he is the court toad, father.
Tribute denied us, huh?
It is, my liege, and that with no mean words. He will redeem his honor lost with swords.
So daring, so peremptory. Can you remember the words he spake?
Word for word, my gracious sovereign, and these they were, thus much. Return to Spain, say, that our settled judgment hath advised us what tribute is, how poor that monarch shows who for his throne a yearly pension owes, and what our predecessors lost to Spain, we have fresh spirits that can renew it again.
So peremptory, daring, stout.
Then, my liege, according to your gracious dread command, I bade defiance with a vengeful hand.
He entertained it.
Aye, and returned it with menacing brows. Prince Balthazar, his son, grew violent, and wished the fight begun.
So, I have sent my slave to hell, though he blab there, the devils will not tell.
Now, what means this trumpet sound?
My liege, the Portugals are up in arms, glittering in steel.
Where's our Lord General, Lozenzo, the stout Andrea, with whom I rank sprightly Horatio? What, for shame, shall the Portugals trample the fields before you?
No, my liege, there's time enough to let out blood enough. Tribute shall flow out of their bowels and be tendered so.
Farewell, brave lords. My wishes are bequeathed. A nobler rank of spirits never breathed.
Oh, my sweet boy, heaven shield thee still from care. Be as fortunate as thou art fair.
And heaven bless you, my father, in this fight, that I may see your grey head crowned in white.
You came but now, and must you part again? You told me that your spirit should put on peace, but see, war follows war.
Nay, sweet love, cease. To be denied our honour, why, 'twere base to breathe and live, and war, in such a case, is even as necessary as our blood. Swords are in season then, when rights withstood. Deny us tribute, that so many years we have in peace told out. Why, it would raise spleen in the host of angels. 'Twere enough to make our tranquil saints of angry stuff.
You have o'erwrought the chiding of my breast, and by that argument you firmly prove honour to soar above the pitch of love. Lend me thy loving and thy warlike arm, on which I knit this soft and silken charm tied with an amorous knot. Oh, may it prove enchanted armour, being charmed by love, that when it mounts up to thy warlike crest, it may put by the sword, and so be blessed.
Oh, what divinity proceeds from love! What happier fortune than myself can move? Hark! The drum beckons me. Sweet dear, farewell. This scarf shall be my charm against foes and hell.
Oh, let me kiss thee first.
Oh, the drum again.
Hath that more power than I?
Do it quickly then. Farewell.
Farewell. Oh, cruel part. Andrea's bosom bears away my heart.
Come, valiant spirits, you peers of Portugal that owe your lives, your faith, and services to set you free from base captivity. Oh, let our father's scandal ne'er be seen as a base blush upon our freeborn cheeks. Let all the tribute that proud Spain received of all those captive Portugals deceased turn into chaff and choke their insolence. Methinks no moiety, not one little thought of them whose servile acts live in their graves, but should raise spleens big as a cannon bullet within your bosoms. Oh, for honour, your country's reputation, your lives' freedom, indeed your all, that may be termed revenge. Now let your bloods be liberal as the sea, and all those wounds that you received of Spain, let theirs be equal to quit yours again. Speak, Portugals! Are you resolved, as I, to live like captives, or as freeborn die?
Prince Balthazar, as you say, so say we. To die with honour, scorn captivity.
Why, spoke like true Portugals indeed. I am assured of your forwardness. Now, Spain, sit firm. I'll make thy towers shake. And all that gold thou hadst from Portugal, which makes thy court melt in luxuriousness, I vow to have it treble at thy hands. Hark, Portugals! I hear their Spanish drum. March on and meet them. This must be the day that all they have received they back must pay.
What? Are you braving us before we come? We'll be as shrill as you. Strike larum! Drum!
Thou inch of Spain, thou man, from thy hose downward scarce so much, thou very little longer than thy beard, speak not such big words, they'll throw thee down, little Hieronimo. Words greater than thyself, it must not be.
And thou, long thing of Portugal, why not? Thou that art full as tall as an English gallows, upper beam and all, devourer of apparel, thou huge swallower, my hose will scarce make thee a standing collar. What? Have I almost quieted you?
Have done, impatient Marshal.
Spanish combatants, what? Do you set a little pygmy marshal to question with a prince?
No, Prince Balthazar. I have desired him peace, that we might war. What? Is the tribute money tendered yet?
Tribute? What else? Wherefore meet our drums but to tender and receive the sums of many a bleeding heart, which, ere sun fall, shall pay dear tribute, even their lives and all.
Prince Balthazar, I know your valiant spirit. I know your courage to be tried and good. And yet, oh, Prince, be not confirmed in blood. Not that I taste of fear or cowardice, but of religion, piety, and love to many bosoms that yet firmly move without disturbed spleens. Oh, in thy heart, weigh the dear drops of many a purple part that must be acted on the field's green stage before the evening dews quench the sun's rage. Let tribute be appeased and so stayed, and let not wanted fealty be denayed to our desertful kingdom. Portugals, keep your forefathers' oaths that virtue craves. Let them not lie forsworn now in their graves, to make their ashes perjured and unjust, for heaven can be revenged on their dust. They swore to Spain, both for themselves and you, and will posterity prove their sires untrue. They should not be among men of virtuous spirit. Pay tribute, thou, and receive peace and writ.
Oh, virtuous coward.
Oh, ignoble spirits, to term him coward for his virtuous merit.
Coward? Nay, then, relentless rib of steel, what virtue cannot, thou shalt make him feel.
Proud Alexandro, thou art mine.
Agreed.
Thou, Vollupo, mine.
I'll make thee bleed.
And thou, Don Pedro, mine.
I bind thee, Don Andrea, by thy honour, thy valiancy, and all that thou hold'st great, to meet me single in the battle's heat, where I'll set down in characters on thy flesh 4 precious lines, spoke by our father's mouth, when first thou camest ambassador. These they are. 'Tis said we shall not answer at next birth our father's faults in heaven, why then on earth? Which proves and shows that what they lost by base captivity we may redeem with wonted valiancy. And to this crimson end our colours spread, our courages are newborn, our valours bred. Therefore, Andrea, as thou tenderest fame, war's reputation, and a soldier's name, meet me.
I will.
Single me out.
I shall.
Do you the like?
And you, all we.
Can we be foes, and also well agreed?
A man in war, there's bleeding amity. And he this day gives me the deepest wound. I'll call him brother.
Then, Prince, call me so. To gain that name, I'll give the deepest blow.
Nay, then, if brotherhood by strokes come due, I hope, boy, thou wilt gain a brother too.
Oh, father, doubt it not.
Lord General, breathe like your name, a general defiance against Portugal.
Defiance to the Portugals.
The like breathe our Lord General against the Spaniards.
Defiance to the Spaniards!
Now cease, words. I long to hear the music of clashed swords.
Why, thou shalt hear it presently.
Andrea, please.
Quickly then.
Why, now?
General?
Oh, stay, my lords, this will but breed a mutiny in the camp.
I am all fire, Andrea.
Art thou? Good. Why then, I'll quench thee, Prince, with thine own blood.
Adieu.
Adieu.
Let's meet.
'Tis meet we did.
Alexandro. Alexandro.
Lorenzo.
Vollupo.
Rogero.
Don Pedro.
Aye, aye, Don Pedro, my boy shall meet thee. Come, valiant spirits of Spain, valiant Andrea, fortunate Lorenzo, worthy Rogero, sprightly Horatio. Oh, let me dwell a little on that name. Be all as fortunate as heaven's blessed host, but blame me not, I'd have Horatio most ride all conquerors. When the fight is done, especially ride thee home so, my son. So now, kiss and embrace. Come, come, I am war's tutor. Strike alarum, drum! Oh, valiant boy! Valiant boy! Oh, my valiant boy! bird's arm. His sword so falls upon the Portugals as he would slice them out like oranges and squeeze their bloods out. Oh, abundant joy! Never had a father more happier boy.
Can you not find Don Andrea forth? Oh, for a voice shriller than all the trumpets to pierce Andrea's ears through the hot army. Go, such again, bring him or ne'er return. Valiant Andrea, by thy worthy blood, thy honoured faith, which thou paunt'st to mine, by all that thou hold'st dear upon this earth, sweat now to find me in the height of blood. Now death doth heap his goods up all at once, and crams his storehouse into the top with blood. Might I now and Andrea in one fight make up thy wardrobe richer by a night?
Ah, Vollupo!
No, but a better.
Pox on't!
Piss on't! What luck is this? But, sir, you part not so. Whate'er you be, I'll have a bout with you.
Content. This is joy mixed with spite, to miss a lord and meet a prince in fight.
Come, meet me, sir.
Just halfway, I'll meet you with my sword.
Oh.
Where might I find this valorous Balthazar, this fierce, courageous prince, a noble worthy, made of the ribs of Mars and fortitude? He promised to meet me, fair, and single me out of the misty battle. Did you search the left wing for him? Speak.
We did, my lord.
And could he not be found?
Not in that wing, my lord.
Why? This would vex the resolution of a suffering spleen. Prince Balthazar! Portugal's valiant heir! The glory of our foe, the heart of courage, the very soul of true nobility, I call thee by thy right name, answer me! Go, Captain, past the left wing squadron, hi! Mingle yourself again amidst the army. Pray, sweat to find him out. This place I'll keep. Now wounds are wide and blood is very deep. 'Tis now about the heavy tread of battle. Soldiers drop down as thick as if death mowed them, as scythemen trim the long-haired ruffian field. So fast they fall, so fast fate to fate life yields.
I have sweat much and cannot find him. Andrea!
Prince Balthazar! Oh, lucky minute.
Oh, long wished for hour. Oh, you remember, Don, of a daring message and a proud attempt. You braved me, Don, within my father's court.
I think I did.
This sword shall lash you for it.
Alas! War knows I am too proud a scholar grown now to be lashed with steel. Had I not known my strength and courage, it had been easy then to have me borne upon the backs of men. But now, I'm sorry, Prince. You come too late. That were proud steel, if faith, that should do that.
I can hold no longer. Come, let's see which of our strengths is stronger.
Mine, for a wager.
Thine? What wager, say?
I hold 3 wounds to 1.
Content, I lay. But you shall keep stakes then.
Hey, I'll trust you, for you're a prince. I know you'll pay your due.
I'll pay you soundly.
Prince, you might have paid tribute as well, then battles have been stayed.
Here's tribute for you.
I'll receive it of you and give you a quittance with a wound or 2.
Ha! 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 Ha!
Andrea!
Wondrous friend, a happy spirit. I owe thee now my life. couldst thou inherit within my bosom. All I have is thine, for by this act I hold thy arm divine.
Are you not wounded? Let me search and see.
No, my dear self, for I was blessed by thee. Else his unpitying sword had cleft my heart, had not Horatio played some angel's part. Come, happy mortal, let me rank by thee. Then I am sure no star will threaten me.
Then let's start the battle once more. We may meet this haughty prince and wound him at our feet.
Art thou true, villain? Hast thou no coat of proof girt to thy loins? Art thou true loyal?
Why, look! Witness the naked truth upon my breast. Come, let's meet, and break our haughty skulls down to our feet. Hurrah!
Oh me, feels dead, violent Rogero slain.
Oh, my sad fates, Don Pedro weltering in his gore. Oh, could I meet Andrea, now my blood's a tiptoe, this hand and sword should melt him. Valiant Don Pedro.
Worthy Rogero, sure 'twas multitudes that made thee stoop to death. One Portugal could ne'er o'erwhelm thee in such crimson streams, and no mean blood shall quit it. Balthazar, Prince Balthazar!
Andrea, we meet in blood now.
Aye, in valiant blood of Don Rogero shedding, and each drop is worth 1,000 Portugals.
I'll top thy head for that ambitious word.
You cannot, Prince. See, a revengeful sword waves o'er my head.
Another one over mine. Let them both meet in crimson tinctures shine.
Kill Andrea! Kill him! Kill him!
Oh, I am slain. Help me, Horatio. My foes are base and slay me cowardly. Farewell, dear. Dearest Bell-imperia. Yet herein joy is mingled with sad breath. I keep her favor longer than my breath.
Oh, my other soul, my bosom, my heart's friend. Oh, my Andrea slain, I'll have the price of him in princely blood. Prince Balthazar, my sword shall strike thy true strains, and fetch Andrea's ransom forth thy veins. Lord General, drive them thence, while I make war.
Hath war made thee so impudent and young? My sword shall give correction to thy tongue.
Correct are thy rascals, Prince. Thou correct him. Oh, lug him with him, boy. Honours in blood swim best.
Yeah.
So young and valorous, this arm ne'er met so strong a courage and so green a set.
If thou beest valiant, cease these idle words, and let revenge hang on our glittering swords with this proud prince, the haughty Balthazar. Hand off, Lorenzo! Touch not my prisoner!
He's my prisoner.
Oh.
I seized his weapons first.
Oh, base renown, 'tis easy to seize those whom force laid down.
My lance first threw him from his warlike steed.
Lance, Lorenzo, now by my beard you lie.
Well, my lord, to you a while I tender my whole prisoner.
Horatio, you tend me part of mine own, you know.
Oh, well, peace with my blood dispense until my liege shall end the difference.
Lorenzo, thou dost boast of base renown. Why, I could whip all these were their hose down.
Oh, speak, prince. To whither dost thou yield?
The vanquished yields to both, to you the first.
Oh, abject prince, what dost thou yield to two?
Content thee, boy, thou shalt sustain no wrong. I'll to the king before, and let him know the sum of victory, and his overthrow.
Andrea slain, thank to the stars above. I'll choose my sister out her second love.
Come, noble rib of honour, valiant carcass. I loved thee so entirely when thou breathed that I could die, were it but to bleed with thee and wish me wounds even for society. Heaven and this arm once stayed thee from thy foe, when his all wrathful sword did basely point at the rich circle of thy labouring heart, thou grovelling under indignation of sword and ruth. Oh, then stepped heaven and I between the stroke, but now, alack, must die. Since so the powers above have writ it down in marble leaves that death is mortal crown, come then, my friend, in purple I will bear thee to my private tent, and then prepare an honoured funeral for thy melting corse. This scarf I'll wear in memory of our souls and of our mutual loves. Here I'll wind it, and full as often as I think on thee, I'll kiss this little ensign, this soft banner, smeared with foes' blood, all for the master's honour. Alas, I pity Bell-imperia's eyes. Just at this instant, her heart sinks and dies.
My boy adds treble comfort to my age. His share is greatest in the victory. The Portugals are slain and put to flight by Spaniards' force, most by Horatio's might. I'll to the Spanish tents to see my son. Give him my blessing, and then all is done.
A boat!
Charon!
Charon!
A boat! A boat! A boat! Charon!
Oh,
Charon!
my lords! Oh, my lords! See, Don Andrea's ghost salutes me. See, embraces me.
It is your love that shapes this apprehension.
Do you not see him plainly, lords? Now he would kiss my cheek, oh, my pale friend. Wert thou anything but a ghost, I could love thee. See, he points at his own hearse, mark all, as if he did rejoice at funeral.
Revenge. Give tongue freedom to paint her part, to thank Horatio and commend his heart.
No, you blab secrets then.
By Charon's boat, I will not.
Nay, you shall not. Therefore, pass. Secrets in hell are locked with doors of brass. Use action if you will, but not in voice. Your friend could see the signs how you rejoice.
See, he points to have us forward on. I prithee rest, it shall be done, sweet Don. Oh, now he's vanished.
I am a happy ghost. Revenge, my passage now cannot be crossed. Come, Charon, come, Hell's sculler, waft me o'er your sable streams, which look like molten pitch. My funeral rites are made, my hearse hung rich.
Charon! Charon! Boat! Boat! Charon!
Call so loud on Charon! Indeed, 'tis such a time the truth to tell. I never want a fare to pass to hell.
Charon! A boat! A boat! A boat!
Oh, these honoured rites and worthy duties spent upon the funeral of Andrea's dust, those once his valiant ashes. March we now, homeward with victory to crown Spain's brow.
The day is ours, and joy yields happy treasure. Set on to Spain in most triumphant measure.
For God, I've just missed them. Ah, soft Jeronimo, thou hast more friends to take thy leave of. Look well about thee, embrace them, and take friendly leave. My arms are of the shortest, let your loves piece them out. You're welcome all, as I am a gentleman, for my son's sake. Grant me a man, at least I am. So, good night, kind gentles, for I hope there's no ill will among you all. And so, I leave you.
And lo, we somehow stumbled like drunken fools to the end of the text. Well done, everyone, for actually making that fairly coherent. I was very impressed, considering how chaotic those final moments are. We have 5 minutes for general thoughts around the room about that. Tonally, where do you pace anything? I mean, it's like some bits are one thing and then something else, and all sorts. Who wants to leap in? Eric.
It was so hard to keep a straight face, especially during the what do you call it, the funeral scene where Pamela came on with the accent, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, look away. Because it's so tragic.
I think special mention has to be to Aliki's death scene, where she did say she was going to do a lengthy fault script, and well done.
Michael Green would be proud.
Okay, look, it's not just
Bravo.
that I like my
Bravo.
face on the screen, right? I thought it was useful to have him there when people said, "Oh, look, it's Andrea."
Mm. Yeah,
But I had forgotten that I had to wipe my mustache off and put my wig back on. So, at least he didn't say anything. I should have just stayed out of the next scene, but never mind.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, I really love the fact that our prepared bit of physical business, with us all freezing in poses, went so horribly, wonderfully wrong.
You did say you wanted a long pause.
Well, that was okay, but some of you were really trembling.
I was starting to do joke trembling after
I
a
picked
while.
a silly pose where I couldn't scroll down the script. I started to think it better not be my line. Please don't let it be my line. Oh God, it's my line. So hopefully you can edit that out.
If we're doing this, I think we should just let this whole thing go out as it is. Lovely flirty acting, I thought, from Pamela and Aliki as well. When you were just doing "they silently talk," it says in the script, and you were doing little things. It was very nice.
I was a little late on that. Sorry if that was awkward for you guys.
No, quite enjoyed my flirty silent acting.
Yeah, I did too. It was really hard to see you though because of But okay, tonally, I think maybe you just play each scene as it is. The comic scene's comic, and then the death scene's death. I don't see how you can find a unified tone for this whole thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm.
I mean, that's life, isn't it? Life is funny one minute and tragic the next, so go with it.
And when you're trying to be most serious is when the most ridiculous stuff happens, and I think that's true in the play as well.
There's something about the relationship between Andrea and Balthazar where you just there's a moment when they really need to just almost kiss, isn't there? They are getting so close to making out in all of their headbutting stuff.
It is the absolute, they have, I think, arguably more chemistry than Andrea and Bell-imperia have.
Yeah.
Like, because he's always, when Andrea is with Bell-imperia, he's always talking about parting from her. But when he's with Balthazar, he's always talking about meeting him. And Balthazar is always like, call me.
I like the sort of chemistry between Horatio and Jeronimo, where you've got like sort of the writing of the letter and sort of going, yeah, just like write what I'm saying, boy, and fold it properly or else.
Well, we didn't quite do all the full.
That little bow Robert has.
Yeah, we were trying to decide how do we demonstrate folding it the wrong way, and I just thought, well, origami boat. Because we had this whole thing about, as Sarah's dictating it was this sort of voguing thing, so that by the end it's turned into this weird physical theatre reenactment.
Oh shit! I forgot to do that.
Yeah, it was fine. I just went mad. It was fine.
I was sort of doing a bit of this, but no, I forgot all about the voguing. I didn't make a note.
It's the whole thing about doing the signature by doing a weird sort of squatting bow, which you can't see on Zoom. Anything else? Helen, you're muted at the moment, and you may indeed have been muted at one or two of your lines.
Yeah, there was a lot of problems about certainly the Portuguese army consisted entirely of me at one stage. Because I mean, a lot of everybody turns up and marches about. A lot of that didn't happen. I think people were just desperately trying to find out where the hell they were in the script.
Yeah. There were moments where I was going, I'm so glad I don't say anything for a scene. Figure out where the hell I am. Stephen.
Every time John Pedro had a line, there was this long pause, and then I think like Sarah usually had a line next. You just went straight into it.
Yeah. Stephen.
Well, back to the tone thing. Bearing in mind Spanish tragedy was huge, I'm wondering if one of the reasons for the tonal thing is that it's basically sort of fan fiction. That, everybody kind of knows the big play that it's based on, and it's this kind of thing like, but what happened before this? And so we have a kind of weird prequel. And what if so and so did this, and what if they did that? And it's perhaps it is just intentionally playful, bearing in mind the sort of huge stature of the play that is linked to it.
We did actually, for once, go into a little bit of the background of theories about how the script ended up as it did in the first look session on the second episode, when we transitioned between Hieronimo to Spanish tragedy, and there's I think there's a bit of that. I mean, it's the fact that it's a property that has become available for the boys' companies to run amok with, and how much of an original play is in there. There are theories, reasonably sound ones, I think, that are articulated on that front. You can sense there's the bones of a perfectly straight-faced play within this. It's just we have some really, really bizarre action as well. I do need to close the session relatively soon. Any additional thoughts from anyone they really desperately want to throw in? Eric?
We also wanted to congratulate Aliki on doing an imitation of Emma.
Oh, yeah.
that was hilarious and also really, really good.
Very impressive.
Thank you. It wasn't an attempt at a piss take, honestly. It's just I'd only heard you very briefly, and I was like, okay, short phrases, light voice, go.
Okay, I'm going to close the session now, and then we'll have a mini discussion afterwards. And all that remains, thank everyone for all the work. As I say, we very much threw this together very, very quickly. We spent quite a long time trying to make some of the battle scenes function, whether they did or not. I think we'll go with not. But that's not our fault. That's the fault of this medium and the complete absence of any time. And this is very much, again, it's the second look. We're only here to try and sketch out the idea of what to do with this. And this, I think, has helped in that sense. So all that remains, thank all the readers today, their wonderful performances, and goodbye.
Bye. Bye.